flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. The agenda isn't much, but can I have an approved motion to approve it?
So moved.
Second. All in favor? All right. Public comments. Excuse me. Any public comments? No public comments. Bill would make a public comment.
Bill Cordwell, 558 Ocean Parkway. We're going to talk the personnel matter, but I believe the personnel matter goes along with the what I'm going to talk about anyway. The process of how we got to here through the Gulf. I'd like to just point out some things. I think this whole conversation needs to be out in the public. Okay, there's been a lot of things done behind the scenes that I think were wrong. And I just want to point some of them out because I'm sure I won't be able to get a chance to do that now. I have my 5 minutes, so I'm going. First off, there was no recommendation from the committee for me to discuss on how we made our selection. And in the email I got, it said that the different term of the final recommendation to the board confirmed in January. That was from Mr. Collins. We never got that recommendation. Of course, we know 2 out of the 3 on the committee that had requested keeping cash for anyway. I just don't know how I can, the whole process, this is what we got in 2010, and this is what I got this year to make my determination. I just don't know how we can say that we did a fair and diligent process. Now, as far as landscapes, how can I tell people we're going to pay these people more? We did no background checks on them. We had no research on them. We got no references from them. Then I thought that some board members knew about some improprieties the day before the vote. Now I come to find out that they knew about it a week before the vote. And I don't find out until several days after the vote about possible improprieties with Landscapes Unlimited. That's just beyond me. That should have been given to the board. We should have been able to take. We didn't need the vote that day. That vote took 5 months to do. We didn't need the vote. We could have put it off for a couple of days, but that information was completely left out, and I just think that's wrong. We should have been able to do that background before we did any vote for that. Now, the members who are completely left out of this whole thing, completely just disregarded in this whole thing by emails and by, they mostly said, keep the superintendent, keep the superintendent. The course is in the best shape it's been in 30 years. My preference last year, and Tom can verify this, I wanted to go back to self-management. The course was in the best shape, and I don't understand why we need to pay a company $80,000 with the shape that the course is in now, and with the rapport that we had gotten with the packagers. We were on a roll. I don't understand how we can justify doing that, especially to a company that we know nothing about. Okay? And what really scares me is that they're talking about cutting our maintenance budget $200,000. The course that it's in now and cutting it $200,000 is just wrong. Okay? So I made sure in the October 18th meeting at the 2-hour, 10-minute mark, you'll see on the video, I was assured by the president that I would have the option of self-management. I was never given that option, and then after the meeting you said, well, we never had time to consider that. We had 5 months to consider that. That's like an hour process. I can have that done by 5 o'clock tonight, and that's if we meet till 4 o'clock. Go offer the superintendent a contract that he'll be assured that we stay here for a few years, and then golf pro, and then that's it. So if you want control, how much more control can you have over Ocean Pines employees? Okay? The other way, you got to go through corporate and all that kind of stuff, and we've had some problems with going through, okay, this corporation, you know, they have their rules and this and that and this and that, you know, so, all right, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bill. Joe?
I thought at special meetings you could only comment on what's on the agenda. I suppose it's board members.
There is nothing on the agenda because,
Well, he's right. You may restrict it to the subject matter of a special meeting. State, but didn't, so it doesn't matter.
right, no, we did.
And much like the golf vote,
I don't have-
that milk's already out of the carton. So next item.
So it's that's a moot point. Are there any other public comments? Sure, Laura.
Laura Thompson, 49 Hingham Lane. I just want to go on a little bit what Bill said. I was wondering why I know that the contract is over, but I just want to know why we went in that direction. Horses are better. They were starting to improve money-wise. And at that point, I can't understand the reason for changing. Maybe when they were losing $500,000, that was a good time, except we had a contract. It's beyond me why we made that choice. That's about it.
Okay, thank you. Any other public comments? Okay, I'll close public comments. Do we have media questions?
Are you going to open back up, or you wait until 3 o'clock and be in summary?
No, I think it's a good question, Josh.
I'm here.
I think we will take if the board does not, no, I can't do that. I mean, I can't push up the budget meeting because we've already
Yeah.
announced it in the press. And,
Two separate.
yeah. Okay, so the answer is no. Anything else?
No, to what?
No to what? That didn't make sense.
No, that the answer is no.
We're not going to
Then
open up.
we will close this meeting and open up budget meeting 3 o'clock
After you vote.
after we vote to do so.
Technically speaking, if we want to take it, we're voting to go into closed session. Go into closed session. You vote to go back into open session and then terminate that meeting.
That meeting. That's
which
correct.
is this meeting. And then at 3 o'clock we start. Whole new meeting.
We start a whole new meeting.
Can we put that
So
to
hang
music?
around, Josh. Okay.
Do I
Just
do
bring
we
a
have
book.
a motion to go into closed session?
So moved. We're going into closed session to discuss personnel matters.
Personnel. Second? All in favor?
Wait a minute, no discussion.
Oh, sure, discussion.
Sure. I'm sorry.
The one personnel matter, I think we should go into closed session too. But the second one, I don't see a reason to go into closed session. It's basically about a process here and what was told to an employee to do.
Well, I mean, what you said, I think, is basic reason to go into closed session. Any of the details of that discussion, our personnel and instructor person. And that's true in both cases. At any rate, but you can vote against going into session. Okay. Anybody else? Can I have a vote? All those in favor of going to closed session? Gotcha. Okay. Now I can ask